Okay, I found another assignment to look at some practice problems on to help you guys complete your assignment. Um, so the first one just wants us to write a ratio of touchdowns per game. So a tight end scores 6 touchdowns in 14 games. So if the ratio is touchdowns to games, he's going to have scored 6 touchdowns in 14 games. And if we write that as a fraction, it's going to be 6 over 14, which is going to reduce to 3 over 7. Okay, again, um, we'll do another one like that. So in a schedule of 6 classes, Martha has 2 elective classes. It's asking what is the ratio of the elective classes to the non-elective classes. So if she has 6 total classes and 2 are elective, that means 4 are going to be non-elective. So we're comparing the elective numbers to the non-elective. So that's going to be 2 to 4, right? Or written as a fraction, that's going to be 2 over 4, which is going to be 1/2. Okay, so that's a ratio. And again, another one, out of 274 listed species of birds in the United States, 78 species made the endangered list. Find the ratio of endangered species of birds to listed species in the United States. So then it just wants the ratio of endangered species, 78, to the listed species, 274. So if we write that as a fraction, that's going to be 78 over 274. If we want to reduce that, let's see, divide by 2 and 2 because they're both even. That's going to be 39 over 137. Right? I don't think you can reduce that anymore. You might be able to. You might be able to do 13. I don't know. How many times does 13 go into 137? Nope. Not going to work. All right. Myra is playing a board game. After 12 turns, Myra has landed on the blue space 3 times. If the game lasts for 100 turns, predict how many times Myra will land on a blue space. So she landed on the blue space 3 times in 12 turns. So that's 3 over 12, right? Or 1/4 if we reduce it. So if it lasted for 100 turns, we would expect a quarter of those times she would land on blue. So to find a quarter of 100, we do 1/4 times 100, which is going to give us 25 times. She will land on the blue space 25 times. Okay, let's skip over 5 and let's look at our solving our proportions. So to solve a proportion, right? So a ratio compares 2 values. A proportion is 2 sets of ratios or 2 ratios that are equal to each other. So here we have the ratio of 2 to 5 and x to 40. And they're called a proportion because those ratios are equal. To solve a proportion, you need to cross multiply. So we're going to do 2 times 40 and 5 times x. So that's going to give us 5x equals 2 times 40 is going to be 80. We can divide by 5. And that's going to x equals 16. All right, over here, cross multiply. So we're going to get 7x on the left, 21 times 10, so that's going to be 210. Divide by 7 on both sides. X is going to be equal to 30. Okay, if we look down here at number 8 and 9 are pretty much the same. So if we look down here, we're going to cross multiply. So we end up with 2 times x plus 1. I'm actually going to write it over here. So we have 2 times x plus 1 equals 3 times 7 is 21. We can distribute our 2 out. So that's going to be 2x plus 2 equals 21. We subtract 2 from both sides. It means 2x is going to be 19. Divide by 2. That's going to leave us with x equals 9.5. Okay, and then 11 is just like number 10 there. All right, here we have the ratio of sides of a triangle. 3, 5, and 7. 3 to 5 to 7. And its perimeter is 450 centimeters. It wants us to find the measure of each side of the triangle. So we know the ratio is 3 to 5 to 7. We don't know what multiple of 3 to 5 to 7 it is, though. So we can say that that multiple is x. So we can come up with an equation 3x plus 5x plus 7x equals our total perimeter of 450. Okay. Combine like terms, that's going to give us 15x equals 450. If you divide by 15 side on each side, you're going to end up with x equals 30. Okay. So to find the measure of each side of the triangle, right, we're going to have 3x, right? We said our sides were 3x, 4x, and 5x. So this side here is going to be 90, right? 3x is going to be 3 times 30. Then we have 4 times 30. It's going to be 120. And then we have 5 times 30, which is going to be 150. 150 plus 120 is 270, plus 90 is going to give us 360. So that's not good. How many times does 15 go into 450? 3, right? So that's 45. 0, 0. Okay. It's 3x, 5x, and 7x. There's our problem. So let's go back a little ways. Right, and see, that's why you always check your answer to make sure you don't screw up, right? So we're going to end up with 5x here, and then 7x. Right, those are our sides, right? 3 to 5 to 7. So 3x, 5x, and 7x. So the 3x is going to be 3 times 30, which is going to give us 90. And then we have one side that's 5x, so 5 times 30, which is going to be 150. And then 7x, which is 7 times 30, which is going to be 210. 210 and 90 is 300, plus 150 is 450, so we're good here. So your side lengths are going to be 90, 150, and 210. Okay, the next one's pretty much the same. So let's just do one more here. So again, it's 5 to 6 to 9. So you would say 5x, right? We know the ratio is 5 to 6 to 9. We don't know what multiple. Is it 5 meters, 6 meters, and 9 meters? Is it 10 meters, 12 meters, and 18 meters? It's some multiple of the ratio. So we're going to say 5x plus 6x plus 9x. And then the perimeter adds up to 220. So you combine like terms, that's going to be 20x equals 220. Divide by 20, so x is going to be equal to 11. And then so your sides are going to be 5 times 11 is 55, 6 times 11 is 66, and then 9 times 11 is 99. And those should add up to 220. Okay, so I'll be online tomorrow morning, 8:15 to 11:15, so let me know if you need any